Sack Life beat depression. It's day 768 and I feel great. And today we're going to keep it that way with another somatic healing session to wipe out depression. Thank you so much, anybody who's here now, anyone who's tuning in later. Appreciate you guys and girls out there. As you know, it's a martial arts for mental health show. We like to focus in on those powerful mental health tools. First and foremost, gratitude tool. The more we use it, the more powerful it can become, and the easier it is to find those silver linings in life. So today I want to shout out gratitude first and foremost to everybody tuned in right now. Lisa the Luminary, Belchior, and Davina K. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the support. Coming at you a little bit late, so I was going through some struggles. So let's gratitude sandwich this thing, right? It's a good tool. If you've worked with that gratitude tool before, you can take it and add it. If you've got some bad news, right, it's a bad day. We don't want to avoid the negative. We don't want to fall into toxic positivity. So what we can do is sandwich that bad news in our thought focus with good news. So gratitude first and foremost, going out to you guys and girls for supporting the cause. Super glad you're here. Super glad we're helping each other grow and make progress out here. Now the bad news today is that the chain popped off my mini bike while I was riding it and kind of stranded me, and it made me late for the show. But these things happen, right? Challenges, we go through challenges. They teach us something. We grow from them. But that is the bad news. I was late. It was a challenge. But let's gratitude sandwich that challenge. Gratitude already going out to you guys. Second piece of gratitude going out to Venom Motorsports for including an emergency toolkit under my driver's seat, which I found today and put to good use. So I'm super grateful that was there. That's why I'm not stranded and I'm able to be here and continue on with the show. And again, grateful to you guys and girls for tuning in and supporting the cause. Also grateful to Curiosity by Intrinsic, local Japanese fusion place out here in Kearney, New Jersey. If you haven't been, they have delicious food. Check them out. But I'm also grateful to them because they're going to lend us their space on Saturday from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. and we'll be able to do a somatic healing session from their space there in the local area, serving the local community. It's going to be a free class. So if you're out here in the Kearney, New Jersey area, you want to come out for a free class, somatic healing session. It'll be low intensity, focused in on breath work and movement, turn it into like a moving meditation session with martial arts as the key focus. So gratitude going out to Curiosity by Intrinsic, and again, that is my gratitude sandwich for today. Go ahead and think about the things you're grateful for. Shout out to Lance and the Trance. Thank you for being here. And that'll help put you in that positive mindset as we move forward into the lesson. Next mental health tool we're going to talk about is that progress tracking tool. Keeping track of the number of days that you show up for yourself. It's been 768 days of consecutive training. I can't even believe it. I would have no idea that it's been this long. It's been over 2 years of daily consecutive training if I didn't keep track. So that's one of the cool things about this tool, because depression loves to put us in a victim mindset. It loves to make us think that we can't do things that we're not capable or we don't deserve. But what this number does is it gives you physical proof that you're stronger than those lies, and physical proof of your resiliency and your strength, so you can accurately give yourself credit. And when those thoughts come in to mind, those temporary thoughts from those blue periods, you can look at your number and know you crushed it 768 days in a row, and there's no stopping you now, right? That's proof of your strength and endurance out there. So shout out as well, more gratitude going out to everybody else in at the moment. Jen Jesse, thank you for the join, and Slayer Ken, thanks for being here. And to those who are keeping track of their progress, for sharing that progress. Slayer Ken coming in at 376 days, over a year of progress out there. Lisa the Luminary champing it out at 468 days. Crushing it, Lisa. Thank you guys so much for sharing that progress, inspiring one another. You inspire me as well to keep going. And that's the coolest thing about this number, is that we can do it for ourselves, and then by sharing it, we can be that change that we want to see in the world. We can help improve our environment, improve each other, motivate each other to make progress, and then it's all mutually beneficial. It's like it just goes back and forth and to no end. It's just onward and upward. Shout out to Slayer Ken, and I appreciate those comments going back and forth, you guys supporting each other. Slayer Ken said, yes, go Lisa, 100, 100, 100, 100. So, love that you guys are building each other up out there. That's what it's all about. What can we do to help each other, right? What can we do towards that bigger picture so we can support each other's growth? So we got the number tool down, we got the gratitude tool down. Now we're going to get into the lesson a little bit. We'll use visualization, as we always do, to visualize that opponent in front of us and assign it the name of the thing you want to work on. If it's depression or anxiety, make it a depression dummy or an anxiety dummy. And we're going to land our shot square in the face, right on target, in the face of anything that's trying to stop us, right? Depression or anxiety, anything that's trying to tell us what we can't do. We're going to overcome that today with physical training, and we'll keep that focus on mental health as well. So it's a standard day today. It's a Thursday. It's 3 rounds, 3 minutes each, 1 minute breaks in between to catch your breath and drink some water. Because I got stranded, I didn't have time to get water, so I'm going to drop my intensity a little bit so that I don't dehydrate out here. If you've got water, though, make sure you give yourself a challenge. That's what it's all about. As long as you give yourself a challenge and overcome that challenge, you're making progress, and that progress is success. So push to your level, push to your ability, but take into consideration your current state of mind and being. If you drank last night or you partied last night, it's going to affect your performance. So today, you want to drop that intensity down, but still make sure you're giving yourself a challenge. So that being said, let's talk about the moveset for today. If you were with us yesterday, we had our calming, relaxing water flow session, Water Flow Wednesdays, and we practiced kind of stepping in to a hook and following it up with a knee. Well, today we're going to discuss the full combo using that same baseline that we practiced on Water Flow Wednesday, but we're going to put it into a higher intensity daily training session. So once I get my timer set here, let's do this thing. We'll have the fighting spirit of the 80s coming through that sweet boom box. We're going to get right into this thing. We're going to start it with a double jab. So from your square Muay Thai stance, you guys have been here before, from your Muay Thai position, we're going to start it by stepping into a double jab, right, with that guard high. Small step forwards, pumping the jab, and then pump the jab again. From there, we're going to rewind a little bit and toss a hook, and that hook's going to be the setup for our next shot. So we're going to flow right into a knee, we'll flow right into an elbow out of that hook, and we'll also flow right into a cross, giving you guys different options that you can use to vary up your training when you're hitting that bag and getting that somatic release. The more tools you learn how to use, the more limbs you learn how to use, the more variety you can have in your training routine, and that's what keeps it interesting, making sure you find that variety and constantly find ways to grow and improve. There's always a way forward to our ability, as long as we're showing up every day with consistency and dedication. So that is all it takes to get those results. That's enough chatting. Let's get into it. Visualize that opponent, square up. Let's get the tunes going.
Bluetooth.
Stranger beat today, why not? If you like the tunes, check them out on Spotify as well. It helps us fight that algorithm and raise awareness out here. And let's get right into that session. We're going to start the timer now. Remember, breathe in the nose and out the mouth on all those strikes. Square up in your Muay Thai position. Square the hips and shoulders with your visualized target. Guard high by the brow line. Tuck those fingers, tuck those thumbs. And we're going to start by shifting that weight from the front foot to the back foot, chin tucked. Roll the shoulders, curl the hips. All right. Small step forwards and toss the jab. From there, double pump that jab. And then rewind, toss the hook. Boom, 1, 2, 3 combo. Step in for the jab, pop, double pump the jab, bang, rewind, hook, and then back to stance. Square it up. Starting with those 3 shots. Jab, jab, hook. Now you can do this like I just did with that small step in there, turning it into an advancing combo, keeping that pressure on. Or you can do it from a solitary position. Toss the jab, jab again, pivot for the hook, and back to stance. Guard high by the brow line, chin tucked. Small step on that front foot, twist through the hips and shoulders, driving the knuckles forwards. Double pump, rewind, hook, and back to stance. Squaring the hips, squaring the shoulders with that target. Keep that flow going. Let's work on that combo first. 1, 2, 3. This is our setup. Keep the guard high on the opposite hand as you're going through those motions. 1, 2, 3. Boom. If you're a little advanced and you got that balance down, you can make it that advancing combo like we talked about before. Step to the jab, step to the jab, step in for that hook, and then back to stance. Just keep that guard high on the opposite side, shoulders rolled. think about balance, think about form, and visualize that target. Jab, jab, hook, back to stance, guard high, jab, jab, hook, back to stance, guard high, keep it moving, jab, jab, hook, back in. Whether you're doing it advancing or you're staying in position, same movement here. It's just either you're stepping and following that with that rear foot and stepping into the next, or you're staying in that solitary position and pivoting. Small step for the 1, pivot for the 2, pivot for the 3, back to square, guard high. Shout out to Brett, thanks for joining. Keep that pace going, keep that challenge moving, that intensity dialed in to give yourself that challenge. Double pump, hook, back to stance. This is our setup, so let's get it nice and silky smooth. Double hook, jab, hook, back to stance, double jab, hook, and back to stance, square up, double jab, hook, and back to stance. You can modify that hook with a pivot, double jab, step off the line, pivot, boom, out of the way of danger, tossing that hook in there, or you can keep it straight. It's all variety you can add into your routine. Boom, boom, 1, 2, 3, double jab, hook, finish it with the hook. Double jab, hook, boom, keep that guard high, chin tucked, work that form, double jab, hook, boom, back to stance, tuck the chin, keep it tight, tighten up, double jab, hook, boom, use that breath in there, and that's the end of round 1. Catch your breath, drink some water. Thank you guys for participating and for supporting each other. Shout out to Brett, aka Soul, out there. And in just 50 seconds, we're going to start to add to that combo. So it's going to be a growing combo through our 3 sessions. In the next round, we're going to add in a cross after that hook. That'll be the easiest one to translate into. And then we'll add in that knee, and we'll vary up that final. Thanks, Tim. I'll catch this one on YouTube. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, as always, if you guys don't have time or would like to catch these classes at your own discretion, they're all going to be available on YouTube at Sack Life Daily, one word. So check it out. Leave some comments out there. That way we can help inspire each other, even those people who are not on this. So, and also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, it's a good way to keep in touch and keep updated if Instagram ever goes down again, like it did just a few days ago. That being said, we got 4 seconds, so back on track, back into Muay Thai stance, squared hips, squared shoulders. Nice and balanced position, bend those knees, keep the weight on the balls of the feet so you can freely rotate. Guard high by the brow line, tuck the fingers, tuck the thumbs, tuck that chin, roll the shoulders, curl the hips. Keep it balanced, keep it moving, keep it flowing. Let's start with that same combo now. Jab, jab, hook, and from here we're gonna rotate right in to a cross. Whoosh! Finishing through, flow right through to the cross. Boom, back to stance. Double jab, hook, cross. Boom, right down that center line. Guard high, chin tuck, double jab, hook, cross, right through. Another thing that feels pretty good on the bag, and it's a good combo for sparring, double jab, hook, and then rear hook, boom. You can even do that with a step, so step, double jab, and then we're gonna pivot and step for this hook, boom, to the side, and then toss that rear hook in, just really singing it straight down that center line and keeping ourselves mobile. So many ways we can vary and grow through the routine. Double jab, hook, cross, boom, back to stance, double jab, hook, cross, boom, down that center line, back to stance, double jab, hook, cross, back to stance, keep it squared, squared hips, squared shoulders, tuck chin and keep it moving, double jab, hook, cross, back to stance. Now we're gonna do double jab, hook, hook. Let's practice that one for a little while. Double jab, hook, hook, boom, back to stance, guard high, double jab, hook, hook. Back to stance, double jab, hook, hook. Back to stance, chin tuck, guard high. Back to stance. Back to stance, guard high. Back to stance. Now I'm doing it in an advancing fashion, but you can do it from a stationary fashion as well. Double jab, hook, hook. Back to stance. Watch the rotation on the feet. Keeping that center of balance the whole time. Double jab, hook, hook. Guard stays high of opposite hand at all times. Double jab, hook, hook. Back to stance. 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 Let's work it with the pivot a little bit in there. Double jab, step off the line, pivot through for the hook, pivot through for that second hook down that center line, and back into it. Vary it up, have fun with it. 1, 2, pivot for that hook, wuss, and then pivot back, bang, on that rear foot for the follow-up hook. Let's go. 1, 2, off the line, pivot, pivot on that rear foot, and back to stance. Keep it going, mix it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add in the cross again. 1, 2, 3, 4, down that center line. Woo, it's the end of round 2. Catch your breath, drink some water, check in on yourself. And Brett said, Tech Life on his way out. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I wish I had water. It's a good time. But since I don't, I'm gonna keep that intensity a little bit lower, dial it down just a bit. We've got about 40 seconds. We're gonna pop into that final session. And that is where we'll add in the knee strike, boom, at the end. And we'll practice that a little bit in the beginning of that session, and then we'll mix in all those tools we just learned and keep it interesting, right? Keep it flowing, keep it building, and have fun with it. Go at your pace. Remember to visualize that target and make contact with the knuckles when you're tossing those hooks, right? Make contact with those knuckles. Make contact with the guts when we toss the knee in there. And really visualize doing damage to that depression dummy. 7 seconds, you want to pop back into Muay Thai position. Nice and squared and balanced, guard high by the brow line. We're going to start with that same combo every time. Double jab, and then hook. So we're going to roll back, hook, and from here, we're going to toss the knee. So what we want to do is after we pivot in for the hook, turn that front foot, so you can see it, after we pivot in for the hook, turn that front foot flat, and then we're going to drive through the hip, swinging that rear arm down, whoosh, drive through the hip, and send that knee straight forwards. We want to turn those hips forwards, remember hips squared at the opponent, and send that knee straight forwards into center mass, right up in there. We're going to link that in right after the hook. Let's get back into it. Double jab, pop, pop, pivot for the hook, bang. Now you want to straighten out that front leg and swing through the hip, whoosh, with that rear foot, driving the knee in there. Let's put it together in a combo. Double jab, hook, knee strike, double jab, hook, knee strike, double jab, hook, knee, double jab, hook, knee, double jab, hook, knee. All right, keep it moving and mix together all the tools we just practiced. Make it your own. You can follow me or go at your own pace with your own combos. Just use those tools you've got. Double jab, hook, hook, back to stance. Double jab, hook, knee strike, whoosh, back to stance, square it up, guard high. Double jab, hook, cross, boom, straight down that center line. Double jab, hook, knee strike, whoosh, back to stance, guard high. Double jab, cross this time. Double jab, hook, cross. Now we're gonna pivot. Double jab, pivot on the hook. Pivot back for that rear hook as well. Shout out to Joe, thanks for tuning in. Guard high, keep it moving. Double jab, hook, cross, boom. Now we're gonna work that knee in there. Double jab, hook, knee strike, whoosh. Back to stance, guard high the whole time. Next one is gonna be double hooks. So double jab, pop, pop, hook from the lead, hook from the rear. Keep that guard high. Next one, we'll pivot on that front leg. Double jab, pivot for the hook, whoosh. Now pivot for that rear hook, whoosh. Right down that center line, back on track. Keep it moving, mix it up. Double jab, hook, straight. Double jab, hook, knee strike. Double jab, double hook. Double jab, hook, hook. Back to stance, double jab, hook, knee strike. Double jab, hook, knee. Back in, keep it moving. Double jab, hook, straight. Mix it up, get random. Keep it going. Double jab, hook, hook. Back to stance, double jab, pivot, pivot. Back to stance, double jab, hook, knee. Keep it going, hey. That is the end. Shout out to Jonathan, shout out to Jay, Joe, Marrero. Appreciate you out there. Thank you guys for tuning in and supporting. And I hope that you found room to grow today. I hope you found tools you can sharpen and progress that you can make. Remember, there's unlimited room for progress in martial arts. It's one of the coolest things about it, because it can always be fresh, it can always be new. we can always vary it up and give ourselves a challenge, and we never have to get bored of it, right? If we get bored, it's really our fault because we haven't learned how not to get bored and keep it interesting. So keep adding that variety. Find those other tools that work for you, those breathwork tools, visualization tools, thought framework tools. Put them together in a super effective routine. And if you're working with the physical element and you're getting that high intensity in, or you're getting that somatic release on the bag, remember to vary it up, keep it interesting. Work with friends, learn as much as you can, and continue to grow. Until next time, I'll catch you guys same exact time, same exact channel, same exact life. Zach Man out. Woo!